Good morning. Assalamualaikum everyone. Can you hear me? Can you see the?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Thanks for responding. So today we will just discuss the exercise that we had done yesterday. So far, only 4 groups submitted, whereby we should have 10 groups. The rest of the groups submit by today as the proof of attendance as well. Okay, so today we will start discussing this group. Aliza, Shuntat, Wei Jiang, Wei Hong, and Zhechen. Okay, they compare for the first one, differences in molecular types. They compare 2 reaction paths. First of all, this is production of phosphoric acid. Okay, there are 2 processes, wet process and also thermal process. Okay, listed the advantages and disadvantages. Material price of the raw material. Phosphoric acid price didn't include.
That's
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah,
For the gross
maybe
profit.
miss out that one.
Okay, this one should include product price and also the byproduct. Product and that means your input and your output. Raw material, products. Products here inclusive the byproducts as well. Okay. The next one is thermal process. Okay, this as well the product price. This one, what do you mean by commonly used in Malaysia?
Like the manufacturing plant for phosphoric acid in Malaysia is using the reaction path 2 rather than reaction path 1.
I see, okay. Any reason?
Because the process produce higher concentration phosphoric acid, and for the market, if the market want like lower concentration, they will directly just dilute the higher concentration one. And the first reaction path, if not wrong, it produces phosphoric acid with a lot of impurities. Also need further purification process to get a higher concentration phosphoric acid.
Okay, so here not the purity is lower.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay. Okay. This is reaction path 2. Is it?
Yeah, correct. This is in reaction path 2.
Okay, so I think the byproduct is not that many lah. The byproduct purely the phosphoric acid. Okay, then we move to distribute chemicals, matching sources and zinc. Okay. Eliminate differences in composition. High pressure what here? Demister.
That's high pressure demister.
How it works?
So that's like a flash drum basically. So due to the basically from the hydrator we'll have the liquid. We'll have the strong acid. So the high pressure, it's actually high pressure drop demister. So it's basically a flash drum. So the mist will actually go up to the top, which will be sent back to the hydrator, and then the liquid will go out of the demister. Should go out of the bottom actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Differences in TP and phase. So from combustion chamber, mist blower. So what is the changes over here? Temperature, pressure, or phase?
Um,
Pressure. Actually, it's a change of pressure to alter the flow velocity.
Cannot hear you lah. Come again?
Can you hear me?
Now. Okay.
Actually, the blower is mainly to alter the flow velocity, but in order to change the flow velocity, the pressure will be altered a bit.
Why you need to increase the flow velocity?
Because we need to increase the material flow into the respective next unit operational, because maybe the flow would be too less if directly draw from the atmospheric air.
Okay, wait. This blower is in here. Yeah.
Referring to the next later stage, the last stage of this process flow diagram, there are two blower installed. The last page.
This one.
Yes. Yes.
So the blower here lah, you refer. Okay.
Yes.
From the initial diagram, just now from combustion. Okay, so to increase velocity lah. Any pressure difference that you required along the way? Apart from blower?
And the far more before the speaker, because we need the intended temperature and pressure for effective separation.
Okay. Okay, so here you have cooler, reduce the temperature, pump, increase the pressure. Okay, good. Okay, now last part is integrate the task. Combine tasks into unit op. Okay. Okay, good. Thank you, group. Che Wei Jiang. Okay, next. Any question from the rest? No. Okay, now we move to the next one. Production of acrylic acid. Whose group is this? Whose group is this? Lim Zijuan.
Sorry, miss, this is not my sorry.
Whose group is this?
Gui Jiayu.
Oh, okay. BGIU.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Okay, now production of acrylic acid. Eliminate differences in molecular type. Okay, the first step. compare few reaction path, sequential dehydration. Okay, so here you compare among the four reactions and conclude which one that you take, which reaction that you proceed.
Production
The
of alkalic acid from ethylene is selected.
Second reaction. Okay, second reaction. Okay, good. So you include this comparison and also this one. Availability of the material, is it? Okay. Then we move to distribute the chemicals. We identify your input and your output. Input ethylene oxygen, output is acrylic acid. Okay, eliminate differences in composition. Outlet stream vapor phase is fed to distillation column. Since the boiling point lower the liquid. You mean the input here is vapor? Is this statement correct? Vapor phase
Yeah.
from the journal.
Yeah.
Okay. What type of distillation column?
It didn't mention, it just mentioned distillation column.
Okay. Okay, so you separate the product and byproduct using distillation column, then recycle this to the reactor. Recycle to reactor, is it? Or recycle to where?
Recycle to a reactor bed.
Okay. Now eliminate differences in TP and phase. Okay, you have cooler to reduce temperature. Compressor to increase the pressure and temperature. Okay. Okay, perhaps you can identify one more here because the difference in pressure. Okay. For the task integration, identify the unit op that is suitable to be used. Okay. Okay, good job, Group Grijayu. Thank you for that. Now we move to laser Kwan.
Miss,
Yes,
where should I submit the exercise?
to my team chat.
Okay.
Okay, now move to laser Kwan group. Synthesis of methanol. Compare few reactions. cost of CO2. So you should include the product price as well. Compare the profit. You compare the gross profit. CO2, because here you have your input is CO2 and H2. So you should check the cost for CO2, H2, and the product. Product minus cost of raw material. Then you can get the gross profit. Just now, you group, you compare the cost. Here. Okay. First reaction path is chosen because of what?
Because of the cost of the carbon dioxide is significantly cheaper than the carbon monoxide.
Okay, so this one carbon monoxide, whereby the first reaction is carbon dioxide. Okay. Conclusion, you should justify further lah why first reaction path is chosen. Okay. Now this one, distribute the chemicals, your input, your output, and any recycle stream involved. Okay. Eliminate differences in composition. Using flash drum to separate CO2, H2, methanol, and water, gas and liquid. Then do you require to separate the methanol and the water?
Yeah, that one will be go through the distillation column later.
Okay. So number 4 is TP phase. Okay, heat exchanger, increase temperature, condenser, phase change, and also temperature. Reboiler, temperature change. Okay, good. Now task integration. Okay, so you identify 2 separation unit over here, flash drum and also distillation column. Okay, good. Any question from the rest? Okay, no question. We move to next, production of soap, Montarich group. Eliminate difference in molecular type. 2 step. One step. Okay, compare the price with gross profit, then compare the gross profit. So based on this gross profit, you can conclude which one is more suitable. Okay. Okay. Chemicals. Fatty acid. Where this one? Caprylic acid, where? Which reaction is caprylic acid? Group Montarich, which reaction is caprylic acid? Okay. Okay. Question 1. Okay. But here there's no caprylic acid involved. Okay, you should identify your raw materials, input and output. So your input over here should be fatty acid plus the caprylic acid. Output will be your glycerin and soap. Okay, this one is considered as input as well, purification, because you supply citric acid, this one as well, sodium hydroxide. Anything that going into your process is considered as input. Anything released or produced from your process is considered as output. After that, only you categorize whether it is byproduct or main product. Eliminate differences in composition. So based on the properties, so how you eliminate? Group Muntarich, how you eliminate using what unit op? Did you
Yes, ma'am.
identify? Yeah, did you identify what unit op to eliminate the differences in composition?
I cannot hear because Miss line is breaking here.
Other group members? What separation unit that you propose? Because you have the properties over here.
For separation unit, we can use distillation column.
Okay, you can use distillation column, but you might need to look into the differences in the boiling point, not big difference lah. Okay, perhaps you can propose at different pressure. Okay.
Okay, miss.
Okay, now we look to TP phase. Phase change over here from what phase to what phase?
From liquid to solid phase.
Okay, liquid to solid. Okay. Other than this, do you need to reduce or increase temperature or pressure along the way?
Reduce the temperature.
Okay. Which part?
At the finishing.
At the finishing. Okay. Okay, so finally integrate the task. Why is this different? This is not the task. Where come rolling mills over here? Number 5 is wrong. You should look into it again. Okay, this group, Muntarish group. Number 5 is wrong. You should look into it again. As overall, after you identify the separation unit and also the TP phase unit op, then you should include all together. Okay?
Okay, miss. Sure. Okay, miss.
Miss, for the
Okay.
change, right? Should I mention about the temperature in the diagram? The temperature, reduce the temperature.
This one,
for the phase change, right? Just now you like, do I need to reduce the temperature? Like I mentioned that in this diagram.
Yeah, it's better to mention whatever changes that you require over here. Because here you mention only phase change, so I assume only the phase change. If there is a temperature change, then you just mention over here lah, temperature change. Perhaps this unit op will change both properties.
I see. Okay, thank you, noted, miss.
Okay. For number 5, make sure you try to redo it back so that you understand better. Okay. Okay, let's see if any more groups submitted. Okay, thank you, this group, Abdul Karim's group, for submitting the exercise. Now we move to first step, which is eliminate differences in molecular type. This is also methanol production. We have oxidation. Wait, just now also methanol, right? Which group? Okay, this group methanol using this kind of reaction, CO2 and CO. Okay, this group using methane plus O2. So there are many reaction paths to produce methanol. Okay, so this group compare oxidation of methane pathway. Okay, compare the price. Good. Compare the gross profit. So from here you can figure out whether you can proceed or not. You only compare. Wait. Oh, sorry, I missed out. Oxidation, CO2, and CO. Okay, so they conclude first reaction pathway can obtain higher gross profit. Next, to distribute the chemicals, identify your input and your output. Methane, steam, methanol, okay. Eliminate differences in composition. So methanol and water, distillation column. You have a few separation unit over here. Okay. TP phase, methane, steam, compressor to increase the pressure. Then this one is heat exchanger to increase temperature. Cooler to reduce the temperature. Okay, good. Then the last one is integrate the task. Okay, good. This one is the glossary, the legend. Okay, good. Okay, thank you, Abdul Karim's group. Hopefully you can understand what you are doing. So basically, this one will involve in your PDP1. We have here 5 groups. The rest of the group, please submit by today as proof of your attendance. Okay, today I just plan to discuss this exercise. Next week, I will start on chapter 3, where chapter 3 you really need to focus on chapter 3 because that one involved on the sequencing of separation unit. Any question before we stop the session?
No, miss.
Okay, good. Okay, so if no question, we'll stop over here. See you next week. Bye-bye.